What is going down? What the fuck is going down? It is your boy, Studio Maguyver, and you are listening to Studio Maguyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into nerd culture, anime, and video games, then you've come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. On today's show, it's going to be a light one today, guys. Not too much going on out here in these video game streets. Not a lot going on in these anime streets. There's a little bit of stuff going on, but I'm going to just talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about some Dragonball GT because I told you guys I was going to start the series. I just recently got into watching it. I think I'm watched 12 or 13 episodes, something like that. And no, I'm sorry, more like 16 or 17 episodes. I'm sitting here looking at the screen right now on Hulu. But yeah, I'm going to talk about my thoughts thus far on Dragon Ball GT. And this is my first attempt, my first real attempt on watching Dragon Ball GT. You know, now I've seen clips in certain scenarios, certain fights, you know, years ago. None of it really held up in my mind. I know there's some dope characters in the series that a lot of people have taken and used. We see him in Dragon Ball Fighters. We see him in like fan-made mangas and stuff like that. So I haven't gotten there yet, but I am going to talk about those episodes up to this point with you guys, and you know, just my basic take on it of the series thus far. And then, you know, what I've been doing this past week, which has been playing the shit out of one game in particular, and that's Tales of Arise. I want to talk a little bit more about that. And there's another one that came out as well, Aragami 2. Played some of that. I want to discuss my thoughts on that with you guys as well. And then there's some Dragon Ball Chapter 76 spoilers for the Dragon Ball Super guys out there. And it's not looking good if you're a Vegeta fan. But hey, we're going to get into that. And we have a new revelation also involved with this series with Dragon Ball Super, the latest series. So I'm going to talk about some of that. All right. Now, I'm going to kick off the show by letting everybody know, if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that you like the show. If you like the show, I mean, why not go out and kind of help the show out a little bit if you have a couple dollars, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, just go to www.studiomaguyver.com. Check that website out, guys. Those all my handles available there, all my pages, my Instagrams, my Facebook, all that shit is there available for you guys. Free music, all of that and then more, and then even merch. You got merch, official merch for the podcast. If you buy anything there on that website, then any of the proceeds, well, all the proceeds actually go to helping out the show. So that would be a good help, big help actually. So if you want to do that, definitely take a gander there. You can get your t-shirts, you can get your hoodies, all that good shit, man. And then also check out dragonballdrip.com, www.dragonballdrip.com. There's some new merch there, guys, I've added. So definitely check out some designs there. I'm working on a couple new ones as well. So, you know, I'm going to try to update at least once a month. You know, every month there should be new content there. There should be new, you know, new designs available for you guys there. So I'm really proud of the store. I'm really proud of the designs so far that I have there for you guys. So definitely check some of that out if you want some Dragon Ball drip, if you want some Dragon Ball swag. You know what I'm saying? All original designs though, so far designed by me personally. So definitely take that into account and you'll be just helping your boy out. You know what I mean? So check that out and then tell me how you feel. You know, leave some comments or whatever. Also going to be doing some things to the Instagram page. So definitely be looking out for that. Dragon Ball Drip 247. That's on Instagram. So yeah, got a lot of stuff going on. All right, with that shit out of the way, let's begin the show. And I want to start, let's go ahead and jump in this Dragon Ball shit. You know what I mean? I'm fresh off of episode 16 on Dragon Ball GT. Want to talk a little bit about that, guys. And I got to say, I'm not very pleased right now from what I've seen thus far. All right. Hasn't been a very good experience. Now, I will say that I do dig the animation. The animation is like Dragon Ball Z-esque, and I think, in my humble opinion, that was the best animation. If you want to put it up against Dragon Ball, if you want to put it up against Super or even Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? That to me, that's like Dragon Ball Z is like the best animation in my opinion. Now there may be people out there who disagree with that, but that's just coming from me. And then also I dig the space kind of backdrop. You know what I mean? You know, Goku, quote unquote, Kid Goku, and then Trunks and Pan forming a little squad, going out there and kind of like out there in space, you know what I mean, on adventures and shit like that. I mean, I kind of dig that. That combination, that team is just kind of, it's just strange. It just it doesn't match well, I guess, if that sounds right. You know what I mean? I would think that if there was Trunks available or around and there would be Goten somewhere, I'd see those guys, and Pan maybe going out and doing some things as opposed to Goku. I don't know. And then the whole thing of him being turned into a kid, off of a fumble from Pilaf, and making a wish. I just think that, I don't know, man. I'm just not really a big fan of that, how it started out, the premise of it. Now, that's just my personal opinion. I just think that combination is just wrong. It just doesn't feel right. And then all the way up until this point where we're at now, I mean, there's characters I can name, like there's a dude named Daltachi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But he plays with female dolls, like he loves playing with female dolls. And he basically turned Pan into a doll at one point, which is crazy. There's a dude out here by the name of Dr. Musama, and he's kind of like a knockoff of Dr. Gero. You know what I mean? He looks exactly like Dr. Gero in a lot of aspects, just changing a couple of color swaps and changing things here and there. You can kind of tell, where they draw some of their inspiration from. And then there's a guy who they're fighting right now currently. Well, they were fighting him, a guy by the name of Lude. It's basically a giant-sized robot, per se, who operates off of energy, if that makes any sense. But currently right now where I'm at in the series is a group called the M2 Commandos, and they basically just captured Goku and Trunks just now. They left Pan. Pan had a little robot throughout her adventures that, she befriended, and apparently that robot was in cahoots with these guys the whole time and betrayed Pan. So that's where I am right now. They just got kidnapped. Goku and Trunks just got kidnapped, and that's where we are. So I'm like, okay, not a lot more to say about that. I mean, it's just I don't know, man. I'm waiting to get to the juicy stuff. I'm hopefully there's got to be some juicy stuff there. I mean, because on episode 16, there's only like 62, 63 episodes, I think, in the whole series. So they got to get to this stuff pretty quick. I mean, I know there's a Super 17 out there. I know that there is a Baby Vegeta. I know that, there's a Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta out here. So I'm like, okay, when are we going to get a Vegeta sighting? That's what I'm waiting for. Let's find Vegeta. Let me see what's going on with him and how that happens, But we'll see. We're going to get there. I'm going to watch the whole series. Like I said before, it's not a long series. So I will kind of shrug and suffer through this right now, because like I said, right now, as of this moment, as of 16 episodes in, I am not very happy with where, the story and all this stuff is going. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like I said before in the earlier podcast, in the earlier show, this is not, GT was not canon. But canon, if you're talking about Toriyama, it makes no sense anyway. There's no such thing as canon here, especially now with where they're going with Super and all the things that they've changed there. There's no canon. So it's basically just some Dragon Ball content that people are going to watch. You know what I mean? And in the future, I do plan on checking out all fan-made Dragon Ball shit. And there's a lot of new fan-made stuff. There's a lot of fan-made stuff that I never got a chance to check out yet, and I want to check out. So I'm going to do all of that. I mean, there's a lot of different stuff out there, guys, and I'm definitely going to be covering that on this podcast and more, and actually on the YouTube channel as well. If you go to Dragon Ball Drip, or if you Google, or if you go to YouTube and type in DBD 247, that is short for Dragon Ball Drip, then you can check out my my Dragon Ball videos now, dropping every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So definitely want to check that out. There's going to be Dragon Ball discussions there, and then there'll be surprises throughout the week, other than Tuesday, every once in a while. When I have time to do it, then I'll do it, because I have multiple things going on. And right now, I can guarantee an episode every Tuesday. Anything beyond that, it'll be when I get time and extra time. So that'll be just an added bonus for you guys when that time or when that thing happens for you guys. All right. But yeah, definitely going to be covering a lot of the fan-made stuff, because a lot of the fan-made stuff is actually pretty fucking dope. Pretty fucking fire. I remember Dragon Ball Dragon Ball Epsilon, and there's some other ones that I can't think of right now, but there's a few of them, and they're pretty awesome. So I'm definitely going to get into some of that, and then even some of the manga, the fan-made manga stuff. Going to get into some of that shit as well. Okay, there's Dragon Ball AF. There's a lot of different stuff. So, and those are, a lot of those stories are way better than this. Definitely better than this, and even some of the stuff that's out there now that is actually considered canon or written by Toriyama and Toyotaro and those guys. You know what I'm saying? So definitely gonna jump on that because right now, as far as Dragon Ball is concerned, as Dragon Ball Super is concerned, I mean, we're still waiting for the anime, and there's just no sign when that anime is going to come. We know we got the movie, so basically they're telling us, sit down, shut the fuck up, let the movie drop, and then worry about what's coming next. So right when we get thirsty, right when we start, wondering where the next part or portion of the anime is coming out, then we get a little something, like we get these movies, and then to kind of tide us over. And then they're not stupid. They're making these movies because they're cheaper to make, and they know they can make money. They're going to capitalize off of the shit. They're going to make millions of dollars off of these movies, and it's not as, you don't have to worry about paying all these animators. You can get a group together and you can knock out this movie in a few months, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? You're free. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about the series right now. And then when they finally do come with the series, hopefully eventually they will, then they can get way ahead of it. Because right now they're extremely ahead of schedule as far as the manga compared to the anime if it were to come out now. So that's where we stand. That's where we're at right now. And until then, I'll be covering this Dragon Ball shit, this GT shit, and then other stuff outside of that. You know what I mean? I think that stuff is a little bit more fun anyway, if you ask me. Like some of that fan-made animation, man, some of this stuff is nasty. You know what I'm saying? And some of the animation is better than, so it is definitely better than some of the shit in Dragon Ball Super, especially the first beginning portion of Super, because that shit was horrible. It was bad, guys. If you don't remember, you might want to go check it out. But hey, maybe not. You might want to save your eyes. So I'll leave that alone, and hopefully they don't make that same mistake when we finally get our continuation of the Dragon Ball Super franchise. Okay, but yeah, that's going on with GT. That's pretty much it where we're at right now. I'd like to hear some of you guys' opinions or thoughts on GT as a whole, as a series, and let me know what you guys think, because right now, I mean, 17 episodes, I would have been stopped a long time ago if I wasn't just curious. And that's really the only thing keeping me going, is just curiosity. Like I said, I want to see Vegeta in here. It's my favorite all time. So I want to see what, I know his design. I actually like his design in GT, but his base form design and everything, and even his clothes and everything like that. But I still want to dig a little deeper and see what, how they wrote this guy in GT. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Time will tell, and I will eventually reveal to you guys. All right. Now, since we're on the Dragon Ball train, I am going to bring up Dragon Ball Super manga chapter 76, spoilers, but keeping you guys posted. The actual complete chapter will be out, I think, Tuesday. So next week, be looking forward to that, because I'm going to break down the entire chapter and talk about some of the things, in depth, because right now there's only a few things that they're showing us, a few panels that we're able to come across. But one of the things that everybody's talking about is, there have been another Bardock sighting. Bardock is injected into this series again. So we're going to get to go see some more Bardock involved out here. Now, supposedly he saved Granola from the Saiyan attack back in the day, like 40 years prior. He saved him and his mother, I think. If not his mother, he definitely saved him. Okay, and then in the book, in the manga right now, we do know that Granola had found that out. We do know that it was relayed to him that Bardock did, in fact, a Saiyan saved him. Okay, so I don't know if that's going to have any merit on his decision moving forward, as far as like him continuing to fight Vegeta and them or not. I don't know. But we also learned that Vegeta Vegeta got his ass whooped, of course. Started off really strong, and everybody, high hopes going on there. But then it finally, reversed, and now he got his ass whooped, and he was continuing to get his ass whooped. And then Goku jumps in. He comes back. He jumps in. And Vegeta, which is crazy. This is so Vegeta though. He comes and he fucking kicks the shit out of Goku, and it kind of looks like the exact same kick, almost to the T, of when Android 18 broke his arm in the Android saga, and when that kick to the side of the fucking arm right there. I mean, if you looked at the panel, it would be almost a fucking identical match. But yes, he kicked the shit out of Goku and basically told him, look, stay out of my fucking fight, let me take care of this. You know, Vegeta's pride, you know how it is. So they agreed to do that. Now everybody thought that it was going to be Vegeta and Goku teaming up like 2-on-1, or even worse, if you ask me, combining and becoming, you know, Gogeta, or, you know, Ultra Instinct Gogeta, some kind of combination. And that still may happen, but I hope not. I mean, I'm just tired of that, you know, the merging of the two. You know what I mean? I kind of really prefer, if they did fight him, that it would be just a 2-on-1 type of thing if they had to team up, you know. But right now, as we stand, it's still Vegeta, and Goku agreed to let him continue to fight so far up to this point, and we'll see. Now, like I said before, Granola just got this information, so will that change his mind? We're going to find all this out like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then, like I said, I will discuss it in depth with you guys. But that's where we're at right now. I really I really find that, you know, the names they come up with are they name them. I got to give them props for that. I mean, I really like the names of a lot of the characters. They, you know, the planet that Granola is from is planet Cereal. Okay. It's just it's funny, but it's dope at the same time. I don't know, some people don't feel the same way, but that's how I feel about it, you know what I mean? So I just think these names are crazy, in a good way. But that's where we're at right now, as far as the, you know, chapter 76 is concerned. There's not a lot being displayed for us. There was a few panels, and then from those panels, it wasn't even in English, so we had to kind of go off of what we were just seeing. Now, a lot of people are excited about Bardock and his involvement in all of this, and what happens. Bardock had, you know, a lot of shit going on, you know what I mean? And I kind of like that as well, because you could kind of branch off and tell some of these stories with some of these other characters on, you know, some of their escapades and exploits and things that they've done in the past, you know what I mean? I would love to see a Vegeta and Nappa kind of spin off, you know, like all the things and all the missions that they were sent to do, because they were sent to do a lot of things back in the day, you know. And I would like to see something like that. I would also like to see, you know, like I said, Trunks and Gotenks, their exploits, some of their adventures, you know, maybe on you know, defending the forest and all of that, you know, who knows? I mean, they could even elaborate on that and just take it further, you know, grown versions, teenage versions of these guys, maybe even going to school and dealing with all that. I mean, there's so many things you could do with these characters that aren't really displayed, because all we see is fucking Goku and all we see is fucking Vegeta. So I would really like to see other characters fleshed out more. Even Krillin. I would love to see like Krillin have his own book or have his own manga, or just a kind of spin-off, kind of like they did the Garlic Jr. thing, and have him, you know, his daily routine being a super cop, you know, going around catching criminals and shit like that, you know, a nice little short story of what he's been up to. That'd be cool to me. I would watch that, you know what I mean? And then his interactions with Android 18 at the house, and how their relationship goes and stuff like that. Some slice of life type of stuff. But then, you know, of course, you got to go, there's a bank robbery over here. Hey, let's call Krillin. Da, 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 da. You know, they send Krillin in for all, you know, the dangerous shit, and he gets shit done. You know what I mean? And I think that would be cool. I think that would work. I think they can make that shit really fire. But like I said before, it is what it is. And you know, I'm going to go with Tien. What is Tien doing? He's training 99.9% of the time anyway. What is he doing? You know, exploits from him, you know, walking the earth, traveling, you know what I'm saying, and just trying to learn more and get better. You know, I'm sure he's run into different things and scenarios, you know, that he had to fucking nullify, you know, and let's take an inside look on that. You know what I'm saying? All of these different stories from these other characters would be dope. Even Yamcha, you could go there. You know what I'm saying? You know how stupid Yamcha can be, but it would be dope to see him doing things on his day-to-day. What is Yamcha doing? What is he eating? You know what I'm saying? We knew he was into sports. You know, he was he was, you know, a dope baseball player, you know, one of the best. And we can kind of go there. I mean, there's so many things like that that I would like to see, even if it was just covered for one episode, you know, or a small, you know, small chapter or something written in a manga or something like that. I think that would be cool. Or just get, there's so many different ways we could take it, but we're not getting any of that right now. We're getting what we're getting now. And I'm not complaining. I mean, Dragon Ball shit, new Dragon Ball shit to me is new Dragon Ball shit, but still, you know, we could always have something better, or we could always have more. We're kind of at the mercy of the creator right now. We got to take what they give us. But in a sense, we're not, because there's a lot of people, a lot of fans who are taking it into their own and making up other stories, awesome stories, you know, and that's a cool thing too. So anybody putting out any real content on Dragon Ball, I don't care if it's canon or not. And like I said, I keep saying the word canon, but to me, canon means nothing when we talk about this series. But any content, any Dragon Ball content, I am down, you know, to see. Okay, that's why I'm watching GT, even though this is really hard to watch right now for me. But I know that there's a lot of other things out there, fan-made included, that I will thoroughly enjoy, and some of it I already have. So I'm just going to rehash on that stuff. And a lot of the stuff I started watching back in the day, you know, some years prior, they have updated. So there's new episodes, and a lot of these fan-made animation films that these guys are making, they take so long to make. You know, you really literally have a team of 1 to 3 people doing this stuff. So it's going to take sometimes months and years to put out a new chapter, because everybody's trying to do this stuff, you know, in between their regular lives. You know, they're not getting paid to do this because they can't really capitalize on that, because it's not their trademark, you know what I mean? So they can't technically do that, but it's just fan made with passion, and when they get spare time and stuff like that. So they're taking their time to make it. So you might get episode 1 and 2, and then you might not get episode 3 until, you know, a year later, you know, sometimes. So that's how it kind of works, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm just happy that there's a lot of this stuff floating out here, and because I haven't looked in a long time, there's new shit, you know, like popping up here and there, you know what I'm saying? So that's cool. But with all that shit being said, that's where we're at right now with the manga chapter 76 right now. And like I said, this week we'll learn more, and I will keep you guys posted on that. All right. On a side tangent, on a side note, talking about Boruto. I keep hearing about Boruto. Hey, watch Boruto. It's crazy, crazy. Right now, there's something going on right now, trending with Naruto actually himself. He's got some ultimate form that is supposedly off the chain right now. And I had to turn it off because I didn't want it to spoil myself. Because like I said, I just started back watching Boruto, and I'm like, okay, I want to find out myself what this is and see what happens. And hopefully, you know, I've heard that Boruto, the anime has picked up, has gotten better, because it was a long dry spell. I think I started from episode 1 again, and I think I'm like around episode 20 something right now, maybe 22, 23, and shit's starting to pick up a little bit now again. So we'll see where they go in the direction they go in here, and what happens. But I heard it's getting really good, and we're gonna find out. But yeah, finally, I mean, I heard the manga is you know, magnifique. I heard that shit is A1 steak sauce, but the anime was a little bit lagging. So, and you know how they do with the anime compared to the manga, you know, they change some things and all of that. I mean, sometimes drastic changes. Okay, case in point, we talk about Dragon Ball. You had Master Roshi out here literally dodging punches from Jiren. Okay, using the Ultra Instinct. Okay, showing Goku how to use the Ultra Instinct. So, I mean, you want to talk about crazy ass changes? There you go, right there. That is a super crazy change. A motherfucker who cannot even fly, but all of a sudden he knows Ultra Instinct and he's dodging punches from fucking Jiren. All right, that is like ridiculous. There's no there's no way to get around that. So, you know, I don't think it's as drastic as, you know, that in Naruto and Boruto, but still, you know, you have those changes and stuff like that. So anyway, that's where we're at. Can't wait to get back and caught up on Boruto and see where we're at, because like I said, Naruto, if you ask me now, it's one of my favorite all-time animes now, as far as everything they bring to the table, writing, character development, and just drama, you know, every emotion, you know. In my opinion, if you have to ask me, I think that's one of the main things, you know, one of the weakest points in Dragon Ball is I guess emotion. and not, and I mean, how am I trying to word this? I guess sadness, a sense of sadness, a sense of realism when it comes to sadness. The fact that in Naruto, you know, a lot of characters that we end up falling in love with or end up really liking, they die, you know, and there's no bringing them back, you know. So like that is one thing I always appreciated about Naruto when I first watched it, is that once these guys go, they're not coming back. There's no bringing them back. So it hits different. You know, yeah, they're all of our characters in Dragon Ball, a lot of them have died, but they end up always coming back. You don't never have a sense of, you know, loss, real loss when that happens. You know what I mean? And that is the difference when it comes to Naruto, you know. And then also if you're into the ninja type of thing, which a lot of us are, that is something also that I really dig about that. And the characters are a lot more grounded as far as, you know, gaps in characters are concerned. I mean, if you want to Dragon Ball, look, these guys are fucking, you know, Goku and Vegeta are like miles and miles away from the rest of the Z team. You see what I'm saying? It is not that gap is not even close to being that big when you're talking about characters in Naruto or, you know, Boruto. Okay, yeah, you got some godlike individuals, but a lot of these guys are, you know, are close or in the same ballpark or neighborhood, you know, if you will. Yeah. And, you know, if you're listening to this podcast and you've never seen Naruto, or you never thought about giving Naruto a chance, I mean, you got to take my word for it and just give it a chance. You really do. I you know, for so many years didn't, and I'm kicking myself now for not. But in a sense, I'm cool with that, because I got a chance to finish it all completely, because Naruto spanned it over a long period of time too, years and years and years. Okay, Naruto has 720 episodes. Okay, you have Naruto, and then you have Naruto Shippuden, and now you have Boruto. So I think there's 100 and some odd, 140, around 140 episodes right now in Boruto. So yeah, there's a lot to consume, and just check it out, man. If you haven't seen it, just check it out. It's so good, man. I love it. Anyway, done with that. Done with the anime scene. Nothing new on my end on anime. I'm still watching World Trigger. Still, yeah, that's about it. Gonna knock that out. And then my boy just told me that No Guns Life has a English dub. I want to check that out, because there was a new season that came up a while back, actually, and I didn't catch it. So I'm thinking about going back and checking out the dub to see how it sounds. It may be cool. I watched it, the first season, I watched it in sub, so it was, you know, but we'll see what that dub looks like. But yeah, I don't know. There's so much stuff out there right now, actually, that you always get drowned in it. And that's where I'm at right now in the anime scene. Now, my gaming scene right now, let's get on that. Let's talk about that a little bit. And let's go ahead and just what I'm playing. I mean, I've been playing Tales of Arise. I told you guys I was in progress. I think I was 10 hours in last week, guys. Now I have officially just went over 60 hours of this podcast in Tales of Arise. I just beat I'm guessing the story. I just finished the final boss. But like I said, now I'm in end game, and it's fucking, it was amazing. The game is amazing. And if you haven't played a Tales game before, this is the one you should definitely pick up and play. Definitely recommend it. And like I said, I'm still not done. The story is not finished. Like, there's still questions. I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but there's still questions between some of these characters that I need answers to. And it's, like I said, the game's definitely anime. It's so anime. Even the intro song, like if you listen to last week's podcast, that whole song, that 2 minutes of song that you heard, that was from Tales of Arise. And like there's an anime video that plays, there's anime cutscenes in here. That's part of the appeal to the game for me as well, because it's like, it's got a lot of anime traits in there. Like I said, the music and all of that was breathtaking. I loved the intro song. That's why I used it for that podcast. But yeah, enjoying my time with it, man. Really enjoying my time with it. Like I said, 60 hours in. If you listen to reviewers, they were talking about 40. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I usually like to tack on an extra 10 hours at least when what reviewers are talking about, because reviewers, you got to think about it. They're reviewing the game. They get the game early, and they're trying to finish the game as soon as possible so they can get the review done. So they have to actually write a review on the game and play the game, but do it in a limited time. So for somebody playing it like me who can just kind of like do a grind and do all that stuff, they're not doing all that. And like I said, I've been playing it for 60 hours already, and it took me 60 hours to beat the game, and that's with grinding. You know what I mean? So yeah, could I have grinded more? Yeah, I could have easily turned this into a 70-hour game, 65, 70-hour game if I wanted to. But yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'm still not done. So by the time I finally get finished with this game, it'll probably be more closer to 70 hours by the time I get done with the in-game stuff. Who knows? Maybe it may be a little longer than that. But yeah, I have to highly recommend this game. If you are an RPG, a JRPG fan, I recommend going and playing this. Definitely. The combat alone is addicting. Like I can play that game and just deal with the combat, and it never gets old. If you play a game sometimes, there's been instances where the combat starts to age on you, and this is not the case for this game, at least for me. And if you look at a lot of reviewers, which I did look at when they came out, because I wanted to see if I was going to buy the game or not, they were saying some of the same things. They were saying that the combat is always fun and crisp, and it just keeps you going. And then I still haven't unlocked everything. There's still plenty to unlock as far as abilities and new moves and stuff like that for a lot of my team. And that's another thing that keeps me going. I want to kind of unlock everything. How do I get all this stuff and keep it moving? But yeah, it's a dope game, dope experience. I highly recommend it. The next game I've been playing, it just came out, I want to say it came out Friday. Yeah, it came out Friday, and I'm talking about Aragami 2. It's free on the Game Pass, so if you have that, no worries. Go ahead and download that shit now. It's a $40 game if you don't have it and you want to buy it. And I have to say, looking at the game from a quick glance, I thought it was going to be just an okay game, but this game is fun as hell, man. The game is very fun. It's about a 15 to 20 hour campaign. I haven't gotten that far in it. I say about what? Maybe 5 hours in, something like that. Maybe 5 to 7 hours in, something like that in a campaign. And it reminds me of a new age Tenchu. If you don't know what Tenchu is, Tenchu Stealth Assassins is one of my favorite ninja games of all time. Still holds up to this fucking day. First one came out on PlayStation. Great game. But basically, you're just a fucking ninja, man, running around through these Aragami streets and trying not to get seen. It's not really catered to like up in your face battles. Yeah, you can fight. There's a battle system. There's a parry system. There's a blocking system. And then there's a assassination kind of animation you can get if you get the enemy down. But the premise, the main part of the game is for you to not be seen, to be a ninja, to go in there, kill people in silence, or just knock them out and get your mission done, get your objectives done. There are assassination missions. There are missions where you have to just get intel and pick up things and find things. There's rescue missions where you have to literally like pick up a body and fucking make it to the fucking exit, and all of those things. So that's cool. And then as you progress and as you unlock different things, you get more shit to add to your arsenal. So you can become invisible if you lean against the wall for a few seconds, or if you're hanging from a ledge, you can become invisible. Or you get these bombs where if you use a smoke bomb, you become invisible and you can get you a kill. You also have like these darts that you can spit from this little straw type weapon, bamboo, and you can kind of disorient your enemy and then come up for the kill. There's all kind of ways you can do it. If you wanted to, technically, you could go through the whole game without any of those trinkets, and you can still get through the game. It's just being patient, and I'm a patient player. Trust me, especially in these type of games. I will fucking sit there and wait for a motherfucker to walk his rounds, and before I go in for the kill. You know what I mean? If you get too anxious, you get too thirsty, they will pull out that warm butter, okay, on your ass. Okay, please believe me. So don't get too hasty, or if you hit them from the wrong angle or something like that, it could be night. Okay, that butter will come out. So it's fun as hell. It's just a fun game. You can play it solo, and I did it for a while, and then I got my boy Dig, who decided he wanted to join up, and we wanted to do it, and we just basically played through the maps, played through the story together. I think it's up to 3 players on one map you can do. But I was getting S ranks, a couple S rank missions, solo. I'm sitting there. Yeah, it took me, 30 minutes, but I got the shit done. and I didn't get seen. You know what I mean? So it's fun to, actually have a friend out there and getting work done with you. So you don't have to take out everybody on your own. You know what I mean? I just think it's fun. We were just literally having conversations, just talking about our kids and shit like that, and other games, while we're literally just walking through these maps, assassinating people. It was fun. It was just, I don't know, it was something so simple, but yet it was just also just really enjoyable, man. I mean, I can't really put words, I can't really describe it with words only. You just have to kind of, see it for yourself. If you guys out there, anybody listening has an Xbox, Xbox Series S or X, I mean, you want to play this with me or something, you just want to fuck around, hey man, hit me up. You know what I mean? I would love to play this with you guys. Like I said, it's not a very big file size. I think it's like, how many gigs? Maybe 6 gigs, 6 to 9 gigs or something like that. Not that big of a game, but definitely worth having for something just to pick up and play and just go through and just kill people. I really have fun playing this game. So it is definitely something I could pick up and play a mission or two, whenever, even after I beat the whole campaign. It doesn't really get repetitive to me. I've heard other people say that some reviewers say that it can get a little stale in the end, but I love these type of games. I could do this all day. And just kill some time and kill some characters, and I really like this game. So if you're interested in Aragami 2, it's out here now. I mean, if you got an Xbox, I don't know if it's on Xbox One or not. I don't know. I need to find that out, because I have an Xbox One, but my son is grounded. He seems like he's always fucking grounded. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I think it is available. I want to say it is available on Xbox One as well. So definitely want to check. You guys might want to check that out too. But yeah, man, I mean, and that's it. That's the podcast. That's the show. It was a short show today. Not a lot to talk about, like I said. And every blue moon, we get weeks like this, where there's a fucking short week, and it's not really a lot going on, at least from what I've seen going on. The NFL season is out here. It just started, so there's a lot of that going on. But as far as games and stuff like that, I mean, I've been keeping it pretty simple, and I've been on Tales of Arise, and I really don't know what I'm going to play next, guys. Right now, I think I want to say Demon Slayer comes out next month. Yeah, it comes out in October, so that might be a thing. Well, it is a thing. I will be playing that, but other than that, I don't know what I'm going to be playing right now. I'm trying to, there's a couple things on the Switch that I've been looking at. There's a couple games on there that I really want to mess with and play. But other than that, guys, I don't know what I'll be playing. I'm going to really be focused and busy on some of these other stuff, like the YouTube channel, getting these new designs done for, Dragon Ball Drip, and, kind of doing that type of stuff too. So 2022 is going to be a crazy year for video games, man. I know that's going to be crazy. I mean, there's a lot of shit I'm looking forward to playing, like Saifu, is fighting game, which looks fucking awesome. I cannot wait to play that. There's a lot of games in that first quarter of 2022 that are going to have people licking their fucking chops, okay? And if you're a PlayStation guy, I mean, there's a lot to look forward to in 2022. Not early 2022, but in 2022 nevertheless. So I can't find a PlayStation, still can't find a PS5, but that's okay, because none of these games are coming out yet. I mean, I think the soonest one we're gonna get is gonna be February, and that's still like 4 or 5 months away. So hopefully I might find one by then. If not, it should be soon after, and I'm not complaining. So that's where I'm at right now with that. Yeah, man, I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. I want to thank everybody for streaming this. I want to thank everybody who's a fan, who's supporting the show. If you're listening, you're supporting the show, and I appreciate that. So with that being said, I'm gonna get my ass up out of here, man. It's been a long day. I'm sleepy as hell. It is 3 o'clock in the morning right now. So yeah, I'm going to lay it down, and I will bid you guys adieu. But we do this every Monday to the new listeners. Same bat time, same bat channel. And I hope you like the show. Hope you come back next week and we do this again. All right. With that being said, thank you for listening. This is your boy. This is Studio Maguyver, and you have been listening to Studio Maguyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. See you next time.